Today I'm building a new desk setup featuring 10 affordable upgrades, plus a few unique gadgets you've probably never seen before. And by the end of this video, you'll almost definitely find at least one upgrade you can copy right now to level up your setup on a budget. Let's start with the first item, and probably one of the biggest changes you can make, an adjustable monitor arm. It completely frees up all the valuable desk space occupied by your monitor stand and improves ergonomics as you can adjust it for your exact needs. They start at roughly $25 and these are enough for most monitors, but I'm using a much heavier duty one today because I wanted to try something completely new. I saw this 42-inch LG C4 OLED TV on sale, and it just happens to be that the LG C series of TVs work great as computer monitors, so it was the perfect opportunity for me to try an OLED screen for the first time. Plus, the larger screen is perfect for my video editing and multitasking needs. Next up is a set of 3 lighting upgrades that instantly make your setup both more functional and better looking. First, a monitor screen light to illuminate the desktop. It greatly reduces the eye strain at night and in the afternoon, and doubles as a lamp without taking up any valuable desk space. Second, an LED strip behind the monitor to create some extra ambient lighting and further reduce eye strain. And third, another LED strip behind and under the desk for the same reason. These 3 items are often very affordable and are literally a night and day difference. Pro tip, if you like using white tones like I do, make sure you get an RGB W LED strip. Without the dedicated white LED, white will always look slightly off. You can see the difference here. The monitor LEDs are just RGB and my desk LEDs are RGB W, so it's a much purer white, but also more expensive. This next one is a quick and cheap aesthetic fix you can use to make old gear look like new. For example, the dark wood speakers I've been using for the last 5 years don't quite match the new look I'm going for in this setup, so I applied some cheap $10 vinyl skins I bought on Amazon to make them white, and they look pretty good. I didn't bother with the bottom or the back because nobody sees that anyways, and it just wasn't worth the effort. And as a bonus, I 3D printed some stands to raise the speakers and point the sound a bit higher towards my ears. By the way, this is just the first of multiple unique and practical 3D printed accessories I'll show you throughout the video. Now, this fourth one could be a game changer or a complete flop. We'll need to see how this works. This is technically an invisible wireless charger, and the idea here is that we can install the charging module under the tabletop and charge through the desk. It sounds great in theory because I can use it to charge all of my devices overnight on rotation and essentially have infinite battery life. At the time of filming, I was kinda skeptical because this type of charger has very mixed reviews on Amazon, but I was able to make it work and you will see how a bit later in the video. I also 3D printed a smart hidden Apple Watch charging mount because it's the only device I can't charge using the invisible wireless charger. By the way, for those wondering, I'm printing this with the Bambu Lab H2D 3D printer. It's the perfect tool for making custom parts like the one you've just seen. This next upgrade is particularly useful, especially if you have a small desk. I bought a super heavy-duty under-desk PC mount to free up desk space. My PC technically fits on my new desk, but it doesn't need to be, and this will make the setup look so much cleaner at the end. I spent $50 on it and it was the most secure one I found, so hopefully it doesn't ever break and destroy my PC, because if it does, I'm gonna retire from life. By the way, if you're finding this video useful, consider subscribing somewhere under here to see more high-effort content. Thanks. Time for the 6th upgrade. This is actually the most interesting part. Cable management. I have a mix of 3D printed accessories and things you can buy directly in store. The easiest way to cable manage is to just buy an under-desk cable tray and just shove all the cables in there, which is part of what I'm doing. To go along with it, I have some 3D printed cable clips to help tidy things a bit more. And the coolest part, I printed a cable chain to hide the cables running down from my desk to my UPS and subwoofer. This way, it looks like one clean, solid piece while allowing for my standing desk to freely move up or down. As for my desk, I got a new one with a bigger 180 by 80 cm tabletop, which lets me use the TV at a more comfortable distance. And the thinner bamboo tabletop is what makes the invisible charger work. My previous tabletop was a bit too thick for it to work. On top of that, it has multiple new and convenient features. Things like having a higher weight capacity, being significantly more stable thanks to the 4-leg frame, having collision detection so I won't crash my chair by accident anymore when adjusting the height, and a convenient USB charging port under the control pad. This is the FlexiSpot E7 Plus and they kindly sent it for this video, but all of the thoughts and opinions are mine. And this is a really solid desk. I mean, I wouldn't be using it if it wasn't good. Moving on, I always try to mount as many accessories as possible under the desk to keep the desktop less cluttered and easier to clean. I do this for things like USB hubs, SD card readers, audio DACs, and anything I can fit under there. And as a bonus, I also like to have a small 3D printed drawer to store my wireless earbuds after I'm done charging them using the invisible wireless charger. By the way, I need to show you how my infinite battery system works, but before that, let me show you the 7th upgrade. This is here purely because it looks cool. I 3D printed a levitating plant using a Bambu Lab levitation kit, and it's awesome. It's 100% customizable, so you can print anything you want as a shell and make it levitate. All of the models I've shown in this video came from MakerWorld, Bambu Lab's 3D model platform. It's full of both functional and insanely good decorative models like this. Sometimes I model basic parts myself like this door plate to fix my broken door, but most of the time I just print things from MakerWorld. You just need to find something you like, send it over Wi-Fi to the printer, in this case the Bambu Lab H2D, and it will auto-calibrate and start printing anything you need. The H2D is probably the last 3D printer you'll ever need, as it's extremely fast and easy to use. The print volume is massive, and the AMS2 Pro and dual nozzles automatically switch filaments while printing, so you can effortlessly do multi-color prints. And it also does laser cutting and engraving, which I might try later. So huge thanks to Bambu Lab for sponsoring this video, and let's move on with the last 3 upgrades. The first of 3 is my infinite battery system for wireless peripherals using the invisible charger we installed earlier. For the mouse, I added a wireless charging module that adds C charging functionality. And for the keyboard, I just taped an old USB-C wireless charging adapter I had, typically used to add wireless charging to phones. I was actually not expecting this to work, but it actually does. So now I just occasionally put them to charge at the end of the day on rotation and never run out of battery. This next upgrade is quite simple, but a super effective visual upgrade. I often use a matching large deskpad because it doubles as a tray for all of your accessories, grouping everything together so the setup feels more cohesive and avoids that random cluttered look when everything is just all over the place. And you probably needed a mousepad anyways, so why not just get a bigger one with a cool design that fits your desk setup. Finally, the last and probably the cheapest aesthetic upgrades you can do are adding a few small plants for decor without going overboard. They always look good and instantly improve almost any space. I tried the zero decor approach in my bedroom once to make cleaning easier and not waste any unnecessary money on decorations, but it immediately gave me psychopath vibes, so since then I do add some cheap decor like these IKEA plants, and also 3D print some stuff like this leaf-shaped coaster, which is functional, and this dinosaur egg model I found in MakerWorld simply because it looks cool. I have included links to everything in the description, including the 3D models for your convenience, so make sure to check them out and watch this video over here if you liked this one. Yes, this. See you there.